We are what we repeatedly do. Was this sage remark stated by Aristotle, or perhaps Plato? No. This quote is attributed to the American author and historian Will Durant, who wrote The Story of Civilization, an anthology that studied the patterns of humans across millennia. Durant thus concluded that we are what we repeatedly do. Hi, my name's Abigail Cena, and what I repeatedly do includes school 5 days a week, rowing 6 days a week, attending mass and volunteering on the weekends, and spending quality time with my loved ones. When introducing myself, like I am right now, these are the things that I mention. This is who I am. But is there a part of my identity that I'm neglecting? A part that I would argue most modern people also forget. I'm here today to explain that, yes, in modern society, many people overlook or entirely neglect another important aspect of our lives. People across history have incorporated this element into daily life. So what is this mystery element? Rituals. Cultivating rituals from the parts of life that are often overlooked, as people in the past did, is crucial for the development of interesting and rich identities. Today, we're going to walk through what a ritual actually is, how people across history have used them in daily life, and how we can use them to improve our lives. I want you all to close your eyes for a second and picture a ritual. What do you see? Perhaps you imagined an ancient recipe or a candlelit ceremony. Whatever you pictured, you're likely correct. However, this is not the whole story. Merriam-Webster defines the noun ritual as an act or series of acts, regularly repeated in a set, precise manner. Let's break this down. Regularly repeated indicates that rituals are not a one-time thing. They're a routine. Set, precise manner means that rituals require intentionality. In reality, a ritual is simply an intentional routine. People across history have incorporated intentional routines into daily life. One iconic example of this is English tea time. To combat hunger resulting from late suppers, Victorian women would have tea and small snacks with their friends. Tea time was undoubtedly a ritual. It was both routinely practiced and intentional. What began as the answer to a need grew into a cultural phenomenon that we identify Victorian women with to this day. I'm going to pivot to us here in the modern age. Raise your hand if every day you balance multiple obligations, and this can be school, sports, maybe even a job. Okay, you can put them down. According to a study of high school students, approximately 30% of the day is spent at school. Around 40% of the day is spent sleeping, and another 30% is spent on homework, extracurriculars, and family obligations. Only about 5% of the day is spent on independent activities. 5% is not that much time, and in most of our lives, this is likely where we fit in our daily routines. One routine that I have is making myself a matcha latte in the mornings. There's something so grounding about warming the bowl with hot water, whisking 4 grams of ceremonial grade tea, and adding the perfect amount of oat milk and maple syrup. Finally, you pour the latte into a glass cup. Take a sip. Yep, it tastes like grass. But honestly, grass tastes pretty good. I've been making matcha lattes for myself for over a year. However, I only recently realized the ritual potential this process possesses. In the past few months, I've made an effort to place myself completely in the moment when I whisk tea, and the calming effect is something I look forward to in the mornings, alongside a frothy, grassy drink. This is a ritual. It's not big, it doesn't have ceremony, but it is an intentional routine. Am I saying that these habits are more important than school, sports, or other obligations? No. What I'm saying is that in between these activities, although often overlooked, is a space that can contribute to our characters just as significantly. Now, when introducing myself, I bring up my love of matcha. Rituals like this can add originality to anyone's lives and don't require major lifestyle changes. Ritualizing routines also has proven benefits. According to a survey that compared physically identical actions in different lights, applying a ritual context to routines was associated in a 25% increase in resulting happiness. Anyone can create rituals in their lives by recalling the 2 elements, intentionality and repeatability. Want to ritualize a skincare routine? Try applying products in the same order, and put your phone away to maximize focus. What about a habit of going on daily runs? Make yourself a playlist just for that time. Cultivating rituals leads to more fulfilling lives. We are what we repeatedly do, so repeat what you want to be by ritualizing your life. Thank you.
Oh, that was so good, bro.